about you, Raylene? Do you have a tale to tell?
I kind of do, yeah, and mine is
Good.
slightly more happy, slightly more uplifting, so maybe I'm glad we started with you. Bad news first, good news next.
Yeah, get it out of the way.
So on Friday, this past weekend, I celebrated a little party with my friends. I think I've talked about this a little bit.
Totally.
So we have been starting to celebrate the Sabbats, which are 8 holidays that happen throughout the year. And it's been fun. So we've really decided to lean in this year, though. Like this year, we were like, we need to like make some kind of headdress or headpiece for every single event. We want to dress up. We do thematic food. So the one that we just celebrated was called Imbolc. Imbolc, for anyone wondering. Not in bulk, like Costco. Like which some people think I'm saying. So this is Imbolc, which it was on February 1st. We celebrated it on February 2nd. But this is about celebrating how it's still winter, but spring is just around the corner. And like trying to like enjoy the last, dregs of winter. Like not trying to rush through it and try to enjoy it. And some of the thematic foods are milk. So we made a lot of food with milk.
Interesting.
I made potato leek soup. My friend made a whipped goat cheese dip, and my other friend made a custard pie thing, and it was all very delicious. But what happened?
Was this like a lactate necessary party? Like everyone,
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta just do your best to get through it. Yeah. But it was all very delicious and very fun.
I bet, yeah.
And we also did like a little ritual where we planted daisy seeds and like lit candles and stuff. Like my friend Julia really worked hard on it to make it a really cool event for us, which was really fun.
Awesome.
So we had a really good time, but we also got talking about like what are our goals for the year? Like who do we want to be this year? And we started just like having a lot of discussions about like mindfulness and nature and all this stuff.
Self-improvement, you said,
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
So it all kind of started with that, but we came up with this cool thing that we've been doing that I wanted to share because I think other people should try it. So we do this a lot, as I'm sure a lot of people do, where we're like, oh, we should go hiking every weekend this year, or like we should do this thing. We should all be really healthy. But then it falls apart. Like we only see each other maybe once or twice a month, so it's hard to like really stay accountable with that kind of stuff. And so we were trying to come up with an idea, like how can we keep each other accountable on our goals and like just everything we want to be doing for self-improvement. And so I was like, let me just like do some searching and see if I can find a medium that's like a place where we can all gather and like, share our ideas and whatnot. And so I went on to Google to see what Google had, and Google Slides has become my new best friend. So I've never used it before. Google Slides is kind of like a PowerPoint situation.
Totally, but better, but way better.
It's way better. It's so good. And so what we've been doing on there is we've created what we've just called a retrospective, like a mindfulness retrospective for the year. And so it's like a shared journal almost, but like with visuals. And it's very cool. So like, for example, one slide, like we've just been like asking each other questions that we each have to answer each day. So one of them was like, what's a video game that reflects our natural world, and like explain how it makes you feel. So that was one that Julia did, and we responded to that. And I said a short hike because mountains. And so yeah, just little things like that. But I also did one today that was share with me your screen time. Let's all take a look at that and see how we're feeling about that.
So cool. Okay, I love this prompt
but it's
thing.
really fun because of the visual aspect. So like you can add like really cool images and GIFs and stuff within the slides.
Yeah.
And so every single one is kind of like a little scrapbook page almost. Like it's like collages, and it's just really fun. Like it's a fun visual medium. It's cool to do with my friends because we all have like different artistic styles and like ideas for what we want to do. So it's just like this cool little,
such a great idea.
It's this cool little hub, and I kind of want to make one with you. I want to have one with like all my I'm making one for myself too, just to use as kind of like a personal journal almost. And I just feel like it's a really cool idea for anyone who wants to like get into journaling but feels like doing it physically is too much work, and like trying to make it aesthetically pleasing is a lot of work, but it's so easy on Google Slides. And I think it's fun because we're going to do it for the whole year. We'll be able to go back through and see like what's changed or what we've actually accomplished, and then next year we'll do another one. And I'm just like, I'm really loving it. I think it's a cool tool.
Did you so you found this online, like you'd found somebody else recommended this idea?
I made it up. It was my idea. We were trying to figure out if there was an app, like a mindfulness app that you could share with people, but there wasn't. And I was like, I bet Google has something we could use. And so I found Google Slides,
Google
and I was
has
like,
80,000 apps.
I was like, I don't know if this is going to work, but yeah. And so I found, just a pro tip for anyone who wants to try using it, it's a lot easier to use on the computer, but the commenting aspect is easier to use on your phone. I don't know why, but it's cool because you can comment on each slide. So it's almost like a private social media also, which is something that I think is really cool. Like if you want to be sharing photos with your like one friend or two friends or whatever, you can have this little like private hub. So I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of possibilities there. And
Really,
really
I think this is genius. I think this is genius for a lot of reasons. I mean, the fact that you could, I didn't even think about the fact that you could comment on it, but that's so cool. But like, it's kind of makes sense. Like you are sitting down to do the act of the collage building, and then once it's done, then you're gonna lay back on your phone and respond to your friends and check in on that. That's really cool. Do you get, I'm sure you can set up email notifications so you get an email when someone comments.
I was gonna mention that. Yeah, you can't set up a notification for when it's been edited. So if somebody adds a new slide, you have to like let them know, or just wait until somebody notices there's a new slide. But you do get notifications for comments, which is handy. So
yeah, so you could just leave a comment that's like, I just updated this slide, and then that would send out a notification. But I think you're totally right, because the thing is, like with a doc, like a Google Doc, it's just not as like a whiteboard as much, obviously, right?
With this, you can move things around wherever you want. Like moving images and text around is really easy, and they have like an image search function through the actual thing, as well as GIFs and stickers. So like you can just make it really fun.
Genius.
It's almost like it feels like MySpace or something, but like within slides. Like I don't know, it's really cool. It feels like a little
the idea of a slide too feels so contained in a solid way that you're saying, like you're like, this slide we're going to be doing this thing, and then once it's done, you start a new slide that feels like a whole different thing, just like you're saying, like a scrapbook page.
And you can make as many as you want. Like there's no limits. You can do whatever the hell you want. And it's I don't know, I'm just really excited about it. And it's like I'm excited to check it every day and see what my friends made. Like what question did they ask that I can now answer? And then I have like this whole list that I've been adding to of like, what questions do I want to ask them? And yeah, it was fun. Like one of my slides was just like, what's something that you've done for yourself recently for like self-care? Like what's the most recent self-care thing you've done? And so I want to like ask questions like that periodically, like every couple of months, and be like, have you been doing more things for yourself? Like it's cool to like reflect. Because I feel like it's
a really cool idea.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing that, because I can really imagine a lot of people being like, whoa, wait, this is exactly what I've been looking for.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And sometimes it's better when you're using a program that's not built for the purpose that you want it for. Because like in this way, it's never going to become a social media addiction thing. It's always going to just be Google Slides.
Exactly. It's not going anywhere.
I was so confused when you started talking about a newfound fascination with Google Slides, because I am on this weekend hosting a party with my oh my god, I was gonna say boyfriend. I guess he's my fiance, with my partner, and with my brother. The three of us are co-hosting a party. With I think overall there's gonna be like 10 or 12 people there, and it's a PowerPoint party. Have I told you about this?
No.
Oh my god, okay. I got really excited about this idea. I forget where I heard about it. I think I heard about it like years ago, and I just ever since thought it would be so much fun.
Okay.
It's basically just everyone has to present a PowerPoint presentation, but it can truly be about anything. Like it can be like why A Knight's Tale is my favorite movie.
Oh, I love that.
Or how my vacation last year went. Or like literally anything. And we explained in the invite, like it can be educational. Like if you want to just teach something that you know about, or if you want to be like what I've learned in this job or whatever. Like it could be educational, or it can just be comedy. Like you can just be like why I hate this book or
and
this
like
movie.
with PowerPoints, the opportunity for like visual comedy is so like
exactly exactly. So we're actually this Saturday, and it's been planned for a few weeks now. This Saturday is the PowerPoint party, and I'm still not 100% sure what my PowerPoint presentation is going to be about.
I can't wait to hear about it after this is done. Like isn't this
fun? You and I having so much fun with slides.
Who knew? Yeah, it's my new favorite app. Like truly, it's my favorite thing to look at and to work on.
I love that. That's so cool. Yeah, and I feel like at the end of the year, you guys could just do a big PowerPoint party and go through the whole slideshow.
That's so true. Yeah, because like we
That's
already
so
have like
cute.
10 slides and we just started this like a few days ago. So I can only imagine what
awesome.
we'll have by the end of the year.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. I also bet it would actually be really easy, not that you would want to, but like it would be really easy to export as a PDF and then have it printed like into a physical book if you wanted
That's
that.
a fun idea too.
Like,
Because yeah, it's
if
really
somebody ever did that.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
I love that.
well,